So. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know me, and most of you don't know, my name is Pavel. I'm the trader of the Finiko company. And today we'll talk about my entry point, my exit point, and I will give you the logic of my actions, why I did that. Before we talk about these slides, I'll tell you what's important for me. For me, it's important to define the tendency, where we go, what's the trend. And on this slide, you see that this is the down straight trend, if you look at the left part of the chart. Well, that means that if I want to earn, I want to join this trend. I want to enter according to the trend. But to get into the deal, it's at the spur of the moment is not right. You have to find the exact place where to enter. And you see that I see the area of sales, and this area of sales is specifically there when the sales intensified.
Which means that there is a large player that will be defending on position. If we have identified such, we can forecast some reaction. Irrespective of whether it is strong or weak, we can forecast that. I identify that as the sales zone, and then I would be looking for that. Now, it's important for me to take a look at how am I to approach this. It's important for me to take a look at volumes, lower ones than what we have seen in the downfall with the low or results, narrow spreads, not as in the fall down, which means that the buyer is yet weak and it's the seller's game. When the price is coming to my level, I start selling. On the slide, I hope you see that I put the stock for the seller's level, and I am now observing for my deal what's going on. Then I see that the price is going my way. It is falling as I expected. One thing is to enter into the sale, and it's also correct. It's important to exit correctly. So we are using the similar logic for exit as when you were entering. We are looking for the zone of purchasing where we have seen buyers. Thus, we are looking at that area, and that's the way we are exiting. Here, I mark purchase area simply because over this period, when the price was being bought, some accumulation has taken place. Thus, I'm setting the level. We are approaching it. I see some responses taking place. That's when I am exiting from the deal. Most likely that this level will be overshot and it will be going higher. What's important for me is not that, but to see the movement, to get my interest and then get out of the deal. That's about it. Hello everybody. My name is Edward Sabirov. Some might have already met me, some didn't. It's been 11 years that I'm doing trading. I started learning this in my childhood. I was doing traditional businesses, but then I understood that it is more interesting to use your head. And I came back to trading, and that's the way I started earning. At the moment, I'm trading at Chicago's stock exchange in crude oil. At ticker FTI. How is that happening? How am I spending my day? Let me illustrate that with a slide. It would be easier for me. Something I'm used to. That's a website for technical analysis called TradingView. Here, just like Pavel and many other traders, I'm marking different levels. In my case, that's purchases and sales level. I start noting that somewhere around midnight. And then I am filing applications. The first one is limits to enter. The second one is stop limit, so that if the price will be moving against me, I would be kicked out, and I would be then deciding on other entry points. And the third is take profit. How is it taking place? All respective applications are being said that I am putting the alert on, and when the price is approaching to what I have filed, my alarm sounds. I start tracing how the movement, whether it's weak or strong, what are the volumes being traded now. The deal is made. And then I'm observing the reaction once I enter the deal. If there is some reaction towards my direction, I am setting limits without losses. It's better if I would be kicked out on that condition, and I would better look for another entry point and not just lose. Now, let me step aside from my analysis and talk about the rules that were set in the company to minimize risks. Next slide. Kirill spoke about the way money is being allocated and where it goes. First exchange is Chicago, second is Moscow exchange, then BitMEX crypto exchange, and the fourth is Forex. At the moment, we are using 18 instruments in trading, but those who trace us for quite a while know that we started with fewer instruments. Every month or two, I am trying to introduce new trading tools to lower the risks even further. Now, risk minimization rules. How do we distribute our, say, trading deposits? 30% goes into the intraday deals, the short deals that are being done during the day. 30% of deposits goes into position contracts or average period ones from a week and longer, and 40% is untouched deposit, which is being left if neither intraday nor position deals don't work. I obviously don't know what would happen. Different things take place at the market. We can use that 40% back to 100 and start earning in line with the scheme that we actually use. Now, why do we use 2 stops a day? When I was beginning, I was making plenty of errors, losing many counts in the process. At the same time, I learned how to overcome losses and start understanding what is the optimal position. That's when I understood that 2 stops a day is more than enough. That's the number of stops where the loss would not be significant, but you would get the lesson that you didn't analyze the graph well enough, and you have to be more serious in your analysis. Well, how does it happen? Let's say a trader comes into a deal, says the stop sign, and then he goes, takes his rest. Then he goes back to the computer, and then if he kicked out at stop, he goes home. I know that next day, after having analyzed these errors, he would be able to earn much more. We continue introducing new tools, as I have said, not just new tools, but also traders that join us, some for internship, others for learning. The more tools we have, the more traders we have, the lower is the risk. Today we have 12 traders working in the company that are taking their own decisions. Each and every one of them is analyzing on instruments. That way they are entering the deal in line with their own understanding, which is how we are minimizing risks. We have seen questions before whether you are indeed trading, whether you are true. Please show us your statements. I refuse doing that because that means risks for traders. After plenty of meetings, we decided that we would be showing that, and we opened 2 public accounts, one at Chicago, another is at Forex Exchange. We opened them in November, if I'm not mistaken, and I will be showing you a little later. You will see quite a good growth. How can you check us? You can open your own account and give us access to trade for 3-4 days. If in 3 to 4 days you see that we trade well and you like it, then welcome to the team. And third way would be to send your expert to interact either with the team leader or the traders that work at specific exchanges. Here I'm demonstrating our Chicago account. $10,000 opened in Chicago. At the moment it has $20,000, which means 180% growth on that account since November. Next slide. No one is surprised. Here we are showing you a Forex account also opened in Forex. $10,000 went into it at the moment. It shows 190% growth since November, which means $29,000. That's more or less how we work. That's how it's organized. These are the rules for traders that we have. If you have questions, ready to answer. Same thing. Come to the microphone and ask. Otherwise, neither us nor anyone else would hear your question. Could you please approach the microphone? Good afternoon, Rafael from Ufa. You said that you are setting up an alarm, waking up at night and doing the operation. You said you are setting an alarm. It's not exactly so that I'm setting. I don't set an alarm clock, but then there is an electronic. That's exactly what I meant. There is an electronic alert on that website, and it's. I said that my analysis starts at midnight. Does this computer? Do you mean that computer works for you when you're setting a minimum thresholds to buy and to sell? Yes, with limits. I understand. In our account, the indexes are giving us 1.1% per day. That is what 30% of what you have received. So Finiko means made 3.6% a day. The 10th star, the partner of 10th star is getting over 3%. And if Finiko gets 3.6 and the 10 star gets 3%, then what trader gets in Finiko itself? Well, the motivation here is not about what trader earned. It's about business. It's about the money which is being paid by spot company as my respect to the person who is capable of building certain structure, X number of people, and certain turnover. The money that is being paid at that moment is only a question of bonus. How can I explain what would be the bonus that you would get? I obviously need to motivate you for you to have relatively high deposit yourself and quickly explain to you what bonus would you be getting. That is easiest to explain at the funding that you are getting on minimum amount that you are getting on your deposit. And how is it done? Mathematically, it's done out of the company budget, not from the trader's budget. 30% stays in the company, we have a relatively high reserve to manage all these things. But due to the scaling, I obviously can return the money relatively easily. Second question, why are you bringing the indexes with Bitcoin at 35T with fiat money? Question also addressed to me. I needed to obtain your agreement for that deal, and once we demonstrate that we can that, we will be going back into the crypto exchange mode. We have an internal demand for crypto things to turn into reality and teach people to pay taxes of this. Obviously, I needed plenty of these quick situations to show respective. I was ready to put down my neck on the agreement, which is exactly what I did. That was pushing me to get a lot of experience and cases before. By March, we have about 100 of a total of over 800 contracts. Right now I have plenty of cases to demonstrate to the audience that they have minimal doubts, and then we'll be moving into the crypto to demonstrate that we actually can do that. And the third motive was to test the management team, so that everything that was taking place, indexes, is semi-automatic mode, whilst the products, it is something that requires lots of control. It was important for us to understand the control points and then pack them inside the IT system, which is why it's just a testing. Next question is to Edward. When you are bringing the indexes into Bitcoin, on the third day, indexes start giving you some interest. At what moment are you fixing Bitcoins? Is that at stock exchange is also volatile? How do you fix that $1,000 if it's a question to Marat. We have a meeting when we are deciding on what way would that be going and what is to expect on behalf of the Bitcoin. Usually this money is fixed in USDT or in euro in payment systems and then being sent into stock exchange. Based on the policy for the week, it's then distributed, and if we expect growth, then we keep certain amount in Bitcoins. At one of the first video, next question, you said that the crypto exchange was one of the first tools. Do you still use it, or is it out? Cryptocurrency exchange, I don't know. We have this exchange of our own. We are using that as a base terminal for the exchange of whatever you want at our website through that exchange. It's a working tool. We are not just mentioning that now we have that exchange. We want that to be a normal behavior of yours when you're on the websites. That is a tool, that's not a product. In line with the 35 program, we understand that traders are working with a complex interest accumulation because for the 95 days you are not taking money out. What is the rate that you are putting down? Are you talking about our own profit? I'm responding that question because that's my responsibility, because I'm talking on the consumer language whilst they are speaking at the language of figures. I'm just giving an idea, and he's then thinking and then turning it into language of figures. So what if we do this and that? He is calculating minimum 1% and reinvestment, and you need to get some. Is it mathematically okay? And if we make only 0.5%, say an abstract week, etc., etc. Thus, we are looking at, let's say, low income levels and then setting it, assuming that it's a standard, and then looking at whether it allows us to make that happen within 95 days. They understand that nobody will be earning anything. It will be just savings mode, and 50% of this audience is working that way, especially the ones that are using the offices. We are all earning that, and we expect that we get it. Look, with the reinvest mode, from 1 million we need to return 3 in 3 months. if ideally we need to earn at least a million. So you want to earn something over the whatever you paid on the 95th day. Obviously, that will be a motivation for them. Are traders super motivated? Well, traders are working for 95 days. They earned nothing. That's not the scenario that is possible. Hypothetically, yes. Now, practically, you are an entrepreneur. You are having an 18 trader saying that we lost everything. Okay, then they're coming second day, we lost everything, and then you obviously need to respond. If that is going that way in 18 different financial instruments, that means that we are damaging ourselves. Do I understand that you are having a large pool with great many traders that are said that if you work well, you get it. Everyone is digging. Yes, but even more, they are not getting their own money straight away. They are risking their own money. All the stops are at traders' expense. If they are catching the candlesticks, and if they earn that, the money that they earned they are not getting it back. They need to even work on that and get it back. You have 12 traders now. Are they main traders? Yes, main traders. 12 of them. And in our school of traders, we have 16 traders going to second education stage and some 30 more people getting ready. The public account that you are demonstrating, can we have someone to come to your office, etc.? If it is an Instagram channel and Telegram, etc. Look, you can draw it, don't you? Or do you mean to enter my personal account and see these public accounts for a person to come into my office and stop me when it's probably my conversation? What sum are we talking about on your side?
Oh, okay. We don't need to look at your millions. We look at the account which started from $10,000. Yeah, I heard you. For example, now we have this offer. It's a typical product, serial product. That means we have conditions. We show you. We have possibility to check through your own account. And if you say that it's interesting, but I really want to dig deeper, we're talking about $50,000. I'm ready to come to you personally, invite my specialists, and they will show you. So this public account you cannot look. What we show, that's maximum what we can show. And the next question is, when we the public client account, which was minus 60,000 on the 1st of February. Something is wrong with this. No. Now we talk with our clients and we're getting it to 120% and close our experience. This case is an excellent illustration to what's inside, what we cannot replicate. To our traders, from the viewpoint of, you understand that he will never get the money. And the client was interested in closing the account. We will finish it next week and we'll see. So in 2-3 weeks, we'll have to make 20%, even more. So I'll ask next question. We have to go. Time. We just time. Good afternoon. The question is from my team. So the coronavirus and global crisis and a lot of other unpleasant things. Is company ready for concept? Well, we're ready for everything, as I said. So we're ready. Can it be strategy? What do you mean strategy? About coronavirus? Or markets will go down? I'm not biologist. What? It will. how does it influence on your life? So in our lives it just... So I don't understand how this coronavirus can just like, well, so why are you worried about 300 dead people of coronavirus? I mean, why it can influence on my making decisions about how company works? Okay, crisis, the global crisis. What crisis? Crisis 2020. We have millions of crises. What do you mean? Which one do? 2008, but we're waiting. So we already been there and successfully overcame it. So uncertainty, it's an excellent area. So it's actually a possibility for us. We will make more money on any crisis. So you several times you repeated. You several times you said that not $1 goes to paying the ones who invited new participants. When you go to index, you get 5%. No. Separate, please, the visualization of money and moving money. I show you 50, but before you get it, you need 3-4 days to make this money. Like in the product, we implement this. Well, I will protect this idea. My question to traders, and you said 18 instruments which you use in your index, but I just saw just 3 of them: Forex, gold, and WTI. What else? There is a whole list. Do we have slide? Can you name these others? Moscow Exchange. Okay, you can see, you can take a picture. We have the big article in VK site. And so not products, no, they are instruments and the names of these instruments. Thank you very much. You have been trading how, like, who is the oldest trader in your company? 11 years. There is no company Finiko, it's a brand. And you started trading. For how long have you been working? Your question is incorrect. You try to ask about one company. I just want to know. I look at it differently. I get experiences of people who can do it, and all of them more than 4 years. And this, my colleague, 11. So what was the biggest loss in the 4 years? What you guys, you say like, right? What, 4 years? You've been working for 4 years. All right. For the 20% drop. At what drop you close position? According to your rule. As a trader, you have a rule. You close profit and you close loss. We understand what we're talking about. And this number in which you cover your loss. Okay, I bought something. Minus 105, you lose. You quit the deal. Do you use leverage? Leverage, yes. Moscow Exchange. I'm not about shortcuts. We ask, do we use leverage or not? Yes, we use leverage. But I'm talking about long positions. When you buy, no, we don't use it. I told you how we spread the deposit. We don't take more than we can. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your question. A question about the Moscow conference. When we talk about minus 60%, you just said that 1.5% short, and you close it. I will answer this question. Look, I already explained that we have a rule of 2 stops, and then trader makes decision to risk money or not. So at the moment when this was tested, trader agreed that there will be compensation, and you got the agreement, and then you continue work. If now something happens and the trader makes mistakes, so it will be difficult for him to manage small sums of money and attract big sum of money. It's difficult to work with $1,000, for example. If it just happens that it stops, he just compensates from his own resources. So that means that the rule 1.5% just only accounts which the... No, it's about all trades. Well, the trader then takes his own risks from his own pocket. Maybe he's going hungry for 5 days, but still uses the money to compensate. I have 4 questions, Kirill, to you. My question is the most difficult question. You have a client. He's an investor. He has signed the contracts. If client dies, what? We just working on this legal issue, which is called my legal heir. A legal heir. And how do you regulate it? No, we don't have the answer to this question. It's just if the relative comes, so we just do what we're told. But we want to make it along the legal streamlines. Yeah, I understand. This is a problem now. If a relative comes with some legal documents, and according to the civil code, we just do what we have to do. Before that, you said that you signed. I haven't signed agreement for 1,200,000 rubles. Now prices changed. It became a little more expensive. You told me that there will be a moment when we have to agree, and if the price goes not more than 15%, we'll close this deal according to your price, plus minus number of days we need. Can we do it now? I have my term expires in April, so the price goes up, and this year, so the price increased on my car 20%. Can I just overstay my money? Can we organize this deal? I will not say no, because all will ask. The system is in control. From Tuesday, we go to automatic system, where on the 95th day, money goes to the client account. So, so number of clients, we can, up to 1 month, for example, keep the money to have the difference to some kind of a dialogue window. I don't know how we can do it, but it's possible. We don't have standard solution because we just have automated system, and now you have to adjust it according to specific cases. This is how it happens. So there is information from March. It will be a new system of investment, and according to these programs, would you elaborate on that? Elaborate on what? My attitude to this, or what? No, minimum investment. The task is the ideology behind this. Investing into 1,000, it's not investment. 5,000, it is not investment. So the task is to separate the investment mechanisms and deposit mechanisms as they are. And they couldn't have been possible without cashback card. So will be a card from which we have a commodity turnover. So to increase the level of my investment up to 5,000, it's possible only through indices. So we have CTI index, and we'll have the derivative index a little later. I'll tell you about it, and deposit on plastic card. This is what I can comment on. So the minimum entry is 5,000 into index, and the deposit from 100, and price of one index will be no. You can, in wholesale you can buy 5 indices. So the price of one index is 5,000. The entry index price $5,000. Can you have it just like first investment is 5,000, and later you increase your deposit with a step of 1,000. For those who partners, well, the question is who is the partner. I respect people who are partners now, and they have their conditions. Well, I mean, to reinvest, I understand you, but reinvest will be from 5,000, because look, if we just work only with investment, you will wind up your business. So we must make a product available for many people, and this is deposit on the cards, because it has more possibilities. And next questions about the after and real estate programs, the primary market and secondary market. Secondary market, you work with secondary market, but no, I don't see any limitations apart from the fact that you will be paying, and you will be working with the documents, the real documents for buying and selling. That's what we need. But secondary real estate market will stay. Yes. Everything will be unchanged for any market of real estate. So Edward has gone. Was good questions. When we get more good questions, for example, if I get to 35% with 350,000 in order to buy a car for $1 million, so the day X comes and I don't need car, and I need Mercedes E-Class for $3 million. Can I reinvest this money into more expensive car? I mean, change the object of investment. So 350,000, and you have day 95, and you want to buy BMW more expensive. Yeah, sure, it's possible. So reinvest without, no, it's not reinvestment. It's just choosing a new object of investment. The price of the car is $1 million. At 35% is 350,000, and 95 in 95 days end of the agreement. I don't sign the agreement. And I say I don't need car for $1 million. I want to more expensive. No, we terminate this. No. If you sign the agreement for 350,000, so we are interested in increasing turnover. If you said that you need 350,000 and you buy a car for $1 million, we give $1 million, and in $1 million money goes into your personal account. You will have 1 month to give us documents for buying and selling. Yeah, no problem with the money. But if you don't buy commodity, as you said, we just block you. So I have to buy this car, give you documents, and then you just do what you want. You can reinvest. It's just about turnover. It's new cycle again. That's what I wanted to ask. One more question. The entry ticket is 5,000, but from 35% is 100,000. Where is the sense? Because okay, may I just? we have ideology. The product, buying cars, it's answer on the question how to turn your investment behavior into consumer behavior. It's the main problem. So you make money, but you don't buy anything. So from 100,000, we start talking from 100,000. Investment more than 5,000, then we'll increase it to 10,000. And it will be this year. Because we need the quality of investors. We will talk with the people who invest more than $10,000. They invest answering 3 or 4 key questions. I would like to not ask insignificant questions. I would like to have this investment threshold. People after $10,000 ask very professional questions, but very few of them. So we just expand our products. And what about the KPK? It's our own experience. We worked with this KPK. You will beat, but it will not be profitable for you. Yes, if you want, you can go to KPK, but it's not a good idea, not profitable. According to the program 35. The entry will be in Bitcoins, then exit in, it will be much easier. From card, yes, everything will be from the card.
Which means if look, you want to buy something, you have 350,000, with acquiring you are buying, you're getting a specific calculation solution that works on our website. The system now calculates in 95 or 120 days, etc., from the point of view of taxes. Then the money gets back into the cart, and you do whatever. Which means that whoever is willing to use the 35 program, they would need to use the card, right? You want to have a simple tool both for us and for the clients. But you have an acquiring with which the money could get there, money gets off in the whatever, and then any ATM you can get money off your card. And what if you're buying something more than $13,000 US? Even throughout the day you can take more money. The Russian banks won't be asking why you had $100,000 US. How many time? When was the last time you were interacting with an ATM? Is it asking you many questions? You will have tools. If you like them, welcome to the company. If you feel that you are not satisfied, we hear the feedback, we are working, but we don't have our own ATMs yet. And the 3 and the fail report personal income tax forms, will it be sent somewhere in that report? From the 600, all the payments, 650, we are getting the money that you are getting on the card. You are getting figures that have already paid the 13% income tax was formed, and the certificate will be issued. As an individual citizen of the Russian Federation, I will be working with a card of, say, Singaporean bank, and taxes will be paid for the respective. Hypothetically, I'm taking $11,000, buying a car, then I'm selling the car. The fact that you have sold yourself is obviously your responsibility. Everything that we do with the transactions, we are responsible. But if people will be asking me where you got the $11,000 US, you will show the 3 and the fail personal income tax, 3 personal income tax form of Russia. The bank is not giving the certificate on taxes. You are shaping. We, as a tax agent of yours, will be transferring respective taxes, and what legal body is still to be identified. Do you mean that the money comes and the tax payment certificate comes? No, that is being shaped at the moment when the profit is calculated. But can I get the respective tax form from my personal account? Yes, you can. Next question. Can I ask a question about referrals? You have marketing wars in the program still. Okay, agency payments and whatever if have not been paid. That is my question. Will you respond immediately or later? Let's say 5% of 35 didn't get to the higher sponsor and the referral. I heard that it didn't. Why? Due to moving to a new platform, if we would be doing things manually, we will fill the history of transactions with these transfers. So what's mechanic? We are transferring the loans with the wave of the monthly and then the cars and the flats and then sending it for 2 months and then it will be automatically distributed to all with a wave for 2 months. Do you mean for December and January we are going to get in February? And then in line with the agreements, 5% automatically and 1% every month. It was said that we will get everything by 10th of February or we'll be here. Either we will get done by the 10th February or up to the 12th because we are working on that very thing. And second question, talking about indexes, there is no agency payments if the upper sponsor doesn't have that. While I was at 35 and the cash payback, there is this agency payments even if the upper level sponsor doesn't have indexes. I think that will be closer to marketing. Are you talking about the benefits on indexes? Well, investment mechanism is certain rules of the game. It's math that should work. Investment products are a specific thinking and it stands separately. All other products are created for people that don't have options of investing. I need to give a way for people to enter a company and be earning money, unlike many other companies that say at least pay something, the base package, say 5,000 rubles, and you'll be part of the company. No, in our case, it's a free registration. You can earn $100 if you share information about the card. 50,000 rubles if your neighbor comes into auto loan or a closing existing loan program. That money you can earn it and then invest it later. And then the team approach is the investments are being paid if you're working with a team. Secondly, you don't have to earn individually. You can get 2, 3. You open your reference base, some 600 people in contacts. What do you mean? You get together 3 people that needs money. Do you need money? Okay, let's go. Each one of you needs to close the loans, etc. Okay, well, let's look at this from the general logic point of view. Isn't this the same if I'm invite a person for $1,000 or not? Not exactly. In my case, I don't feel it is, so I don't understand. I don't have to immediately guarantee that you understand. These are just 2 different models. One thing is investment, it's here. Whilst over here we have investor. Are you saying that this is just a question of ideology? Look, what happens? There are plenty of companies that have good intentions and start making everything acceptable that you can start earning without investing yourself. So what happens? I get $10,000 of everybody and then I get my money. Did I invest it? No. You just earn the money, you'll spend it. My task longer term was to create a community of investors, people who invest and who shape the team. If you can't do that, here is at least something, irrespective of you have some people above or below, you can be earning the money within your team, which is why there are different models. Okay, I feel that at least I start feeling the sense. We need to be moving further. A question from the front. Kirill, I had a question about real estate. Look at the stage of construction. Okay, thank you. I now see where you are. I would like to buy real estate when it is being just erected in the green field. I don't know what would be the cost of it, but I can assume within 3 months' time I'm investing certain amount of money, let's say 500,000, so that I would get 1.5 million at the account of whatever my real estate developer. I'm agreeing with him, and it turns out that it's not 1.5 million, but different, and they have a later payment system. Can I have a contract for the same amount? Do you mean you want to break down and want to have two agreements for the same real estate? I don't think it is okay within the policy. We are talking about one object and not two. And what if I'm looking at this is not as a purchase and sale, but as an entry? I had a preliminary discussions that this is a working scheme. I see difficulties in shaping this deal in IT room as well. May I comment? As when you are buying an apartment at the very beginning, the price tag will be told immediately. I signed the contract and the price tag is 1,600,000. It's a different city. I don't know when I get there. I'm coming there in 3 months, and they're saying, and they giving me a price tag for 3 million. Whilst didn't we forbid such kind of contracts? As a realtor who is responsible with a construction, it's the first time I am encountering this. It seems to be a strange contract with a realtor when a price tag all of a sudden changing. Okay, so it's a non-standard situation. Everything else, let's discuss. I would like to express the fact that I'm impressed, and of course a question, Zygmunt, if I understand correctly, we will have cards on Tuesday. Nope. I said Tuesday. I said Tuesday. On Tuesday, you will have a possibility to sign contracts with phones. Automatically on the platform, you'll be able to put a mark, sign an agreement, introduce the price tag of the real estate in rubles or in US dollars, and make a contract through phones. You won't be saying that Zygmunt, we have accounts for, etc. We can send the cards themselves will be in 6-7 weeks, approximately. Second question about 84 that was not mentioned. Why? I know that the program is there and that people are coming into the program. When will you be having? Is it 4x10? We are closing them. A person has invested. When will the person who has invited them, if the client did something in line with your recommendation, and we forgotten to send that you're writing to tech support, and we are addressing this. And the X4, is that included into the iPhone promo? February? Simply because that program wouldn't exist. It was outside of business. It's an experiment, and let me communicate what was the nature. Our task was to create a product for cancer treatment. Cancer diseases treatment is the amount of money that is required for people who don't have that. Nobody is insuring them. And we need to test the mechanism of those access to develop the skills of the trader. And thus the product was a test. Those who entered, thank you. That who didn't get enough will get it, but it would not be used at the systemic level. Thank you. Rustam from Ufa, a partner. I'd like to thank, first of all, you, Cyril, and your team for the wonderful work you are doing. Impressed? by the simplicity of solutions that you're making. Every button in the iPhone is very well thought through. We believe that behind the external simplicity, we have a lot of work. I am trying to push guys working. Oftentimes, I'm being asked, how do you force the team to work? You always need to lower the perceived value with love. Every conference you are communicating new products as partners of yours. We have to be communicating this to clients. So I'm trying that we don't manage not just partners. Even I'm having a difficulty. I feel that once every 2 weeks we need to organize a partner Zoom or news that could be learned how to communicate new information to clients, which is why I actually needed this fast approach to having offices so that they would be always updated and passing questions. Question inaudible. Apartment buying up 1 million, 3 million, that's not 10% either way. For some reason, I also thought about 15, but the figure, it better be clarified because, yes, otherwise I would have to be question. My question is much simpler. Where can I see the graph of your client body growth? The number of people. At the moment, 13,500. The number of registrations a week is reaching from 1,300 to 1,500 users a week. And how many did you have in December? How many of us were there in December, in November, and in January? Somewhat less. I don't have that statistics. The website was first organized as an MVP model just to test. They should have had the registration, referral, and the payment tools, fixation of the account, and the fact that it was growing that fast. That was something that was unexpected. It was that information that you request. If you want to request this as a feedback, as a reporting, that will be a harder thing, which is why we had to move to a better controlled model when we see analytics. The growth in number of registrations is about 1.5–2% registrations a day. Are you seeing an exponential growth? Yes. One question. Ramis from Kazan. Could you speak closer? My name is Ramis from Kazan. Kirill, Zygmunt, Korsten, everybody. Hello. Question to you, Zygmunt. You said beginning Tuesday, the FZ mod will be accepted automatically through filling in your personal account with Cifron. Does it mean that these issues could be filled from anywhere, Kazakhstan, India, etc.? Yes, indeed. You might have seen that we started having English in the interface, a request from 15 countries to make sure that we broadcast our materials in foreign languages as well, which is why we need universal international financial tools and respective languages for materials. Cyril, one more question. Please identify where you are. In the fall or early winter, we heard that products for small commodity products such as phones, whatever, would be available. We had a service in Detroit, Khatelka, things I want. If you attentively look at what we were doing since the end of May, you will see what we were doing, how to make the product simpler, interesting, and more convenient. Cars, okay. Flats is a product, good. What else can be done? So we were thinking about funding for phone for, I don't know, funding your university course, etc. And then we came with that idea to IT specialists, and they basically killed our intentions. They said, and what if there would be someone who would want to be buying drugs and would be using your system to transfer money to drug dealers, etc. We had plenty of ideas, and which had to be tested against possible realities, which is why we are coming up with the card product, which allows you to pay for whatever you want, but the responsibility would be on you. We repackaged all the card-related things into the card. Should we invite Marat maybe here if he didn't